Thousands of lives depend on this promise. The health minister pledges anti-retroviral treatment for all who need. What happened to 11-year-old Jayden Lee Meek in the hours before his murder? When you can't find anyone or anything to blame the media. The ANC says the media is behind the loss of trust in the party. Hello, I'm Jane Dutton.
EWN, in touch, in tune, and independent.
Plans to get another 1.1 million people on anti-retroviral treatment before the end of the year is not under threat since the withdrawal of the United States PEPFAR funding. Health Minister Motsoaledi says the government has already reached almost half that number. That's despite claims from some quarters that there's no evidence to support this.
Under no circumstances will we allow this massive work, performed over a period of more than a decade and a half, to collapse and go up in smoke because President Trump has decided to do what he has done.
While acknowledging the loss of more than 8,000 healthcare workers who were paid from PEPFAR funding, Motsoaledi says every effort is being made to ensure patients receive their medication from other clinics and to train more clinicians to assist them. The family of the 11-year-old who was found dead in Vleerhof, west of Johannesburg, say they need to know what happened to him and why. Yesterday, little Jayden Lee Meek was found in an undressed state on the staircase in Swazi's Place complex. His family saw him in the early hours of the day with multiple bruises and was placed by his family's unit doorstep. They say they're confused as to how they couldn't find him on Tuesday when they started their search when he didn't come back from school.
That does not make sense. You know, find a child laying on the stairs in the early hours of the morning naked and assume a child is sleeping when he's dead, brutally beaten. No, that makes no sense. And for that reason, we're not going to rest up until we find out what happened to my nephew.
President Cyril Ramaphosa expects a cordial engagement with Donald Trump when he meets with the US president next week. But Minister in the presidency, Kumbutso Nchiveni, says Ramaphosa won't let South Africa be bullied during discussions in Washington around trade. Cabinet briefing today where she again dismissed claims of persecution against Afrikaners and the group of 49 who've been granted refugee status by the Trump administration.
So we expect a very cordial discussions. And as I've said previously, it doesn't mean there will not be differences. And there's no one person or one country which is entitled to differ more than the other. Where we differ, we'll also differ. South Africa has over the years demonstrated that we are a sovereign state.
Controversial tender tycoon Vusimuzi Matlala has appeared in the Alexandra Magistrates Court in connection with an alleged hit on his socialite ex-girlfriend Tebogo Tobejane. Matlala was arrested on Wednesday on charges of attempted murder and conspiracy to commit murder. The attempted hit on Tobejane happened in October 2023 at a club in Sandton, and there's been speculation of Matlala's involvement ever since. Matlala was first drawn into the spotlight when his name surfaced during investigations into a dodgy Tembisa hospital tender. He is now the prime suspect in the attempted hit. His lawyers informed the court of his intention to apply for bail. That application will be heard on Monday. The manager of a Mitchell's Plain butchery appeared in court today for attempted murder after allegedly giving a 17-year-old boy acid to drink. Police arrested 53-year-old Nuruddin Tembe yesterday after the teenager ingested the drain acid on Sunday. Residents from Woodlands in the Western Cape, where the incident happened, gathered at Mitchell's Plain Magistrates Court today to call for justice. Tembe was granted 1,000 rand bail. It's a state's case. Tembe, who is a manager at Mitchell's Butchery, gave the 70-year-old casual worker drain acid to drink from a cool drink bottle. Two suspects accused of kidnapping journalist Aseri Ndlovu and his partner Zodwa Dluli have applied for legal aid, stalling the case against them today. The pair was arrested earlier this week and made their first appearance at the KwaMhlanga Magistrates Court today. Selo Uwan and Tato Madisha have been added to a long list of accused in the matter and face 2 counts of kidnapping each.
2 out of the 3 suspects arrested earlier this week in connection to the disappearance of journalist Aseri Ndlovu and his partner Zodwa Mdluli made their first appearance at the KwaMhlanga Magistrates Court today. Selo Uwane, a rape parolee, and Tato Madisha have now been added as the 3rd and 4th accused suspects in this matter. It is not yet clear why the 3rd suspects did not appear today. However, EWN understands that they remain in custody. The matter has been postponed to the 19th of May, where Uwane and Madisha will join their co-accused in the matter, Samuel Mukhongwe and Lakis Kosana.
The case is not dragging. In fact, there's a lot of progress. If you look at the arrests that have been made, almost every second day or so, there's arrest that is made and the suspects have to come to court. We also understand that the police have a lot of work to do, and they are doing that work. The team is updating us all the time. So we know that they're searching for more suspects. We know that they're still gathering evidence. And we know that the family is also waiting for DNA test results to come.
Thandaluhle Ngcobo, Eyewitness News in KwaMhlanga, Mpumalanga.
The ANC in Gauteng has partially blamed the media for the decline in public trust in the organisation. The party believes that the way its leaders are portrayed by the media is often done deliberately to damage the ANC's reputation. In response, the party's provincial task team has resolved to improve its relationship with the media in an effort to restore the party's public image.
Will continue to portray ANC leaders as suspicious individuals in a generalized way, not individuals. And this has created an attitude of public distrust towards the ANC, particularly in the metropolitan and some of the affluent sections of society. Much of the narrative surrounding the ANC has sought to portray the image of an organization as being synonymous with mismanagement, maladministration, corruption, and lack of service delivery.
The Tshwane municipality wants to revive the loss-making Vonabam airport through a public-private partnership initiative. Tshwane MMC for Finance Eugene Modise says the city has set aside funds aimed at revitalizing some of the city's state-owned assets, which also include Tshwane Showgrounds and Market. This morning, Modise gave the capital's budget speech for the 2025-26 financial year.
The airport, you are correct, it will be a triple P. We are going to work with the business because already we had a license to go to Cape Town. We're going to reactivate the license and then again add the license to Durban. But the airport, in terms of the assessment made, is very ideal for cargo. So if you look at the airport of Polokwane, doesn't have the capacity and the connectivity of this airport. So all the merchandise that should be going to or from Rustenburg, platinum leaving the country, and the manganese from Limpopo, this will be an ideal place.
In the US, Sean Diddy Combs' former partner Cassie Ventura says the music mogul raped her near the end of their decade-plus relationship that included routine physical abuse and left her with post-traumatic stress and suicidal thoughts. The singer, known as Cassie, returned to the witness stand in the sex trafficking trial against her ex for another day of questioning from prosecutors who accused Combs of heading a criminal sex ring. Over 2 days of testimony, Ventura described him as controlling and willing to wield his wealth and influence to fulfill his desires. Diddy has denied any charges against him. The South African rugby fraternity has hailed former Springbok wing Cornell Hendricks as a legend of the game. Hendricks died of a heart attack last night. He was 37 years old. Stormers captain Salman Murat says Hendricks will be remembered as a determined rugby player despite his health struggles.
And a local legend, someone we all looked up to, a legendary Springbok and someone who really was a determined rugby player. And I got to know him on a small scale, but absolutely tragic.
Yeah.
But he will definitely go down as one of the legends.
EWN, in touch, in tune, and independent.